Hello and welcome back to Purbeck Farm 22. We are in July and it's time to harvest. We're finally going to get a chance to use our New Holland harvester that we bought, I think it was months ago, wasn't it? Just in preparation for this. But what we need, first of all, is we need a header. And I think I know which one we're going to go for. Just see if there's any in second hand. I mean, that is an absolute bargain, isn't it? If only that came up beforehand. Yeah, where that is still really expensive. That, I mean, I really, really want that. But that, I think would be ideal. I just don't, well, I haven't got 50 grand to spend at the minute. What we need to do though, I think it's going to come up the one we want in here. Yeah, so it's a Superflex. It's not going to be too expensive. It's 6 meters. It's a New Holland 1734. Let's take that. And then what we'll also do is we need a header trailer because we won't be able to just drive around the tight streets. Where on earth is a header trailer? No wonder I can't find it. It's down here. Yeah, we're not going to be able to go around the streets of Purbeck. I wonder if I can get the 6 meter one on there. We'll try. I don't want to buy it. Yeah. 76. Right. There we go. Switched on. What I'll do, I'll make some space. First. So the trailer, it needs to come on this way, so the trailer needs to be around that side, I think. And then that should allow us space to put it on there. Right. Let's see if we can get this on. I know it's not the biggest header in the world, but for the type of farming that we're doing, for the size of the fields, I mean, some of the fields are quite big. In fact, some of the fields are really big, but it's just carting it around. Does that fit on there? Fantastic. Get our beacon on. It's just not fitting at all, is it? Let's see if we can put it a little bit further back. I wonder if it's just going to be, if the trailer's going to be too small. I'm not bothered if we have to get another trailer. It only cost us, was it £79 it cost us to lease it, so I'm not fussed about that. Right, is this going to work? That seems to be pulling it alright, and it seems to be on. We'll find out when it inevitably falls off in a place where we can't recover it. Right, pretty impressed with that. Hasn't cost us much at all, has it? Right, let's get up to the fields and we might as well get started. Alright, we're getting up towards our farm. Seems crazy that we've had this harvester for months, and yet this is the first time it's been up here. Should we do... Which one should we do first? I'm still not convinced that that header is fully on, you know. Doesn't look like it is. We need somewhere. We need somewhere to put this header for us to connect it. This is going to be the issue, isn't it? I wonder if we can go into this field here. Let's see if we can get it in. Right, what I'm going to do, because I need to move stuff about, I'm going to go off. I'm going to find somewhere to park, find somewhere to get this header connected, and then get started. Right, we might be able to fit in here without ruining any of the crop. It looks like we've got enough space. Now, this looks promising. Only slightly clipping the bushes there. There we go. Fantastic. Right. We don't need that on. Let's get unfold. Why is it not unfolding? We'll get this menu on. Ah, you mustn't have to unfold it. Enable straw. Yep. We want to be going round the other way, don't we? Want to be going round to the left. Ah, fantastic. So, I mean, it's not the biggest capacity. I think it's only just over 6,000 litres. I'm not even sure it was 6.5. I think it's less than that. However, for what we need it for, we can get that off now. For what we need it for, it should be alright. It's just a bit more work, that's all. Like I said, same with the header as well. It's not the biggest header, but could you imagine a header much bigger than this around them sort of little farm tracks and country roads? It's not going to happen, is it? %, full already. But on the is this our first? This is our first year, isn't it? First year harvesting our own crops. I'm sure it is. When we came on, we had whatever was in this field. I can't remember what was in this field, but it was pre sort of precision farming, or pre us doing any of the work for it. So it was only 60-odd%. Whether it was fully fertilised or what, we don't know. We didn't get a great deal off it, I remember that. So, sorry, if I'm a bit distracted, it's because my 2-year-old daughter is just causing an absolute nightmare around us. I'm trying to take every chance I get to do some recording. Yeah, I'm trying to take every chance to get some recording done and get the videos made up. And it's, we all know the situation with this sort of in-between moves, and it's just quite difficult at the minute. But 3,000 litre, yeah, must be 6,000 litre capacity. Right. Let's get spun around there. So this is, like I said, our first sort of crop that we're doing. Most of this, I don't even think we'll be selling any of this. We will probably keep everything from this one to put straight into our cereal factory, and then just to keep that going throughout the year. I would have thought. I can't see us selling any of it. The thing that we're going to make our money on is the silage, the milk. What's that? Great demand at the fisherman. Silage, the milk, and what else have we got to sell? Oh, we've got our 2 cash crops in, haven't we? We've got our canola in, we've got our, they're not soybean, we were going to put soybean in. It's sunflowers, isn't it? Which we'll have to hire another header for, but I'm quite happy with that. That is not an issue. Right, so we got round. I didn't think we'd get round. I thought we'd be stuck on the side somewhere. Let's go across here. Even if we don't get to the end, I'm going to stop, run back, get the tractor and trailer. I'm half tempted. Do we still own the small trailer? I think we might do. Let's stop it here. We'll run over it. We need to sell that as well, and I think it's full of fertilizer. Because that's no good to us, is it? I think, well, it isn't. We've got a different setup now. The fertilizer that we were using for that we got rid of. Right, so the big trailer isn't there. So that might be the one we use, because we need to use the bigger one, which is parked up here, isn't it? That's been full of manure, and at the minute I don't want to spend £4 on a jet wash. So let's go and get this smaller one out. We may as well, because I don't think, have we even used this one? It's been parked up nearly the full time, hasn't it? We might have used it right at the beginning, maybe. Right, there we go. Get it on our lovely new Fent. Absolute beast that it is. I'm so glad we chose this. I mean, that class I really liked. I do like the class tractors. And you see a lot of them, don't you? Yeah, in real life, you do see quite a lot of class equipment. I don't even want that on. I just want the harvester on. There we go. Although, round where I live, there's an absolute enormous Fendt tractor. I couldn't just never. I can't see what model it is, because it's either whizzing past us in the opposite direction, or I just can't see, like, yeah, the exact model, but it's absolutely huge. Okay, nearly done. So what do we think the capacity in there is? 43. So what's that about? It's going to be about 12,000 litres, isn't it? Which isn't bad. We might as well turn that off. Get back in. And carry on. Okay. Let's get a time lapse going. We'll get some more of this done, and yeah, we'll come back close to the end. pretty much done. We've got 30% in here. I can't remember if we've just been and emptied that trailer or if there's some left in there as well. We should have a good amount. Have you seen that? I've just noticed, because I've been out of the game and then come back into it, and that field just ahead of us, what's been lined, that's been harvested on it. Let's have a look at the contracts, because there was loads. Yeah, some of them fields. I'll not miss that. There was a couple more contracts in there for harvesting, so obviously they're getting done. A couple of them did get done while we were out the game. Not that I'd have likely done them anyway, not the harvesting ones. Although you never know. We do need some cash, because I mean we below 7 grand at the minute. Is there some in there? Yeah, there is some in there. In the trailer. I think that trailer as well, that particular trailer, the 12,000 or 12,500 capacity, is pretty much ideal for what we need it for. We could have used the bigger one obviously, but no, that smaller one I think is one we'll be using regular. That might change when we having to go to the other ends of the map, because then there'll be a lot of cart and motor, but for these fields that are close by, it's just easy to manage, easy to use. Just let that empty out. We will be building this field, and it'll just be to sell as well, because we've got loads of straw. We won't need to do straw for ages, or not keep it anyway. We'll just be selling it. So we'll get a decent chunk off that, because from what I remember, one of the fields when we sold the straw in our first year, I'm sure we were getting something like 16 or 17 grand per trailer full, which isn't bad at all, is it? Wonder if we'll get all this in here. Either way, it should all go in the trailer. Get that bit there. There we go. I mean, it's not been too bad. It has took quite a while. I think before we even came on here, we were something like 17 minutes into the video. After I'd done this as well, I wanted to make up a batch of TMR. So that might be something we do after. Just quickly. Because I mean, the cows aren't desperate for it, but I think they're certainly coming up to the stage where we need to top up. And given that that's one of our main income streams, we need to keep on top of it. Just about getting it all in. There we go. Right, let's go and empty this. Well, do you know, I've done the whole field in nice straight swaths, and then I forget right at the end. we get this emptied. It should all go in there. I think there was only a bit in there to start with. I don't think it was a full, what would have been a full combine. I mean, we can get 2 full combine loads in, can't we? So either way, it shouldn't be an issue. Right, get that pipe down, get that switched off. And the 9,890 litres, and we'll see what our total is once we get this emptied. It should be enough to last us the year, however much we've got. Right, let's get that spun around. Get this emptied and then we'll see what we've got. I might do the TMR in the next episode, you know. I think we're already going to be well over 20 minutes now. Right, what are these? It's all going to be oats, isn't it? Oats, wheat and barley. Right, so we've ended up with just under 34,000 litres. So that, have we already got oats in the... Yeah, there's already oats in there. It's the other, well, it's corn really, isn't it? That's what we're missing out on, but the corn won't be ready for another month or so, I think. Another 2 months, really. And that's if we got it in straight away, which I can't remember if we did. What time are we on? It's only 20 past 10 in the morning, so what we'll do is we'll leave this episode here for now. When we come back, we need to... Do you know what? I'm really interested. I know I'm sort of going off, but that bit of land there, it's like 137 grand, but we'll get these fields in as well, which is quite a lot really, isn't it? But what could we do with this? I'm sure there's something we could do with this. Because I've got its opening there. Yeah, it just seems like an absolute waste to have that, but not have it. So I'm interested in that. But right the way down there, you can see that's our barley field. That is what we need to do next. Because then, what have we got? Got our barley field there. We've got our 2 cornfields there. And we've got our canola and our sunflowers. We'll probably... Our honey's there, we're probably going to have to start stacking that and taking that over to the production as well. And obviously we've got our grapes there, which I think are going to be a few months away anyway. Cow-wise, let's have a look. Yeah, so they've got 4,000 litres left. 11. I mean, they've got plenty. They could do with topping up, but it's not something I need to do immediately. So what I'll probably do, I will end the video now. I'll not bother going into the next in-game day. We'll just start again probably from here. We'll get as much done in the first day of July. If we have to skip a bit of the second day, we will. That's going to stay closed until we start transporting it in like December time. So we're not going to make that chunk of money from them. We need to carry on scooping that up. But yeah, that's going to be a job that we'll do once the harvesting I can't even say it, harvesting is done. Is there any left in there? No, none at all. Right, so pretty successful, just under 40,000 litres. That's got to keep us going for the full year, so we won't be selling any of it. When we come back, do the barley, sort our animals out, and then move on. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.
PlayStation